Hi, this is a continuation of my last video, so if you want to hear my opinions on these 4 games, then make sure you check out that video. But anyways, let's continue where we left off. Mario Kart DS, the very first Mario Kart game I've ever played. This game is an absolute classic, and it should be because there's so much that's just fantastic about it. It has some of the most remarkable tracks I've ever seen. The battle mode is amazing. It uses the double screen very creatively, unlike other games. And don't even get me started on the missions. I hear a lot of people disagree with the design choice of this game. They say that it's too childish or it's too blocky. But then again, it's on the DS, so what were you expecting? Who are we kidding? The DS was a fantastic console, but it wasn't IMAX level. Like, come on. I don't even know what colour this is. The game must have been a challenge to design. Speaking of challenge, let's talk about the missions. In every Mario Kart, there's something that separates one another. And here, there's mission mode. If you managed to perfect the games, or you just had no one to play with, you could play by yourself on missions, where you would be given these challenges and you would have to get a higher score in each one. Hell, there's even a secret final world in it, so this was a big thing. And let's talk about the drifting. Can we talk about the drifting? I've been dying to talk to you about the drifting all day. This game perfects drifting. It's one of the greatest things that ever came from Mario Kart, and on here, it does it fantastically. But maybe it does it too good. See, there's a thing you can do, and it's snaking, which some people call it expertise, but I call it cheating. And whenever you do it, it's just... come on, dude, no one likes to show off. There's also this thing where you're able to put your own design on your kart, and it's only on a small bit, but hey, it's still a creative thing. A massive problem that I have with Mario Kart DS is the online. It was a fantastic thing at the time, but at the time, you could barely play online. Whenever I would try to get into a game, it would just not work. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. But still, great game nonetheless. And now, Mario Kart Wii. Now, for me, Mario Kart Wii is very interesting, especially with its graphics, because on one hand, it's very good, but on the other hand, it comes across as being a bit blinding. The game has a decent battle mode, but it does have some great tracks, and it's even really fun with its item balancing, except for the blue shell. Because, my god! Best part is, though, we now have Funky Kong, and speaking of characters, there's just a bunch of new ones here, like... who invited Dry Bones? But the greatest thing about Mario Kart Wii, and I think you all know where I'm going with this, is the online. It's also here where you can finally play with people online. I mean, I know you could do that with the DS, but I mean, come on. Could you really? And something that keeps Mario Kart Wii very relevant to this day is the fact that people have been making custom tracks and mods for the game. And that's just fantastic. It's a great way for replayability, you know? Next is Mario Kart 7. A game that started the trends of many stuff that we see in Mario Kart today, yet nobody talks about it. And I mean, yeah, the game can be a bit boring at times, and the battle mode isn't really that interesting, but I mean, there are some tracks that do have good aspects to them, but then again, not really a kind of game you would talk about often. It brought back the online feature, so let's see if anybody else is playing, and nobody talks about it. There's also a few weird characters in here. I mean, you're still able to play as the classics, but you can now play as a bee, and you can also play as a Wigger, I think? Sadly, we don't have Waluigi. Anyways, moving on to Mario Kart 8. And now that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe have come out, I don't really have much to say about it. Other than... the battle mode! And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't like the battle mode. I know, unpopular opinion, but I mean, come on, can you blame me? Anyways, let's quickly move on to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. By far, the greatest Mario Kart that has ever existed. I mean, come on, even Nintendo knows it. I don't think they're ever gonna make Mario Kart 9 because they're just gonna keep adding on to Mario Kart 8. Which, pretty good idea, I admit. It really is one of a kind of a game, so why wouldn't they just add on to it? Besides, now that they have this entire new path, it's like an entire new game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is truly the definitive Mario Kart game. I mean, come on, it brings back so much stuff, but it adds on a lot more, which every Mario Kart game should do. But most importantly, it has battle modes. Well, I mean, they're not the best, but yeah, we'll take it. And that's my opinion. I hope you enjoyed these two videos, cause if you did, well, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!